And we are back. Our first guest tonight is someone who many of you will recognize. He's a staple of the Mississippi Gulf Coast community and leads one of the most successful radio stations right here on the Gulf Coast. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Tabari Daniels. So you're easy like Sunday morning, I think.
I am. I like these digs, David. This is I've made it now. I've made it.
It's fun. We kind of really lucked out with this venue. Your father started it's JZ94.5, which is really a fantastic station right here on the Gulf Coast. I don't know how it all happened though. Can you tell me how that all came about?
Wow. Well, just so happens that the radio station is locally owned and operated. This year we're celebrating 25 years. So not to date myself, but we started when I was like 16, 17, somewhere around there.
You're still younger than me, so you got this.
Oh, okay, all right, we're good. So basically we've, my father put in the hard work, dedication, and put the bid out and got the frequency, and it's been a toil ever since. So
and that's actually a good frequency. I mean, it's low on the dial. And the thing is doing from marketing standpoint things that I know a little bit about dial position. Yeah. And that's actually a really good spot to have gotten when he got it. And I'm sure that and format hard work and effort had to build a lot into it. Now you're involved in it. Now, what made you decide personally that you wanted to be in the mix?
Me? Well, just so happens that I was into doing some singing and some entertainment myself. And it was like, hey, this is a good way to meet celebrities. And everybody comes to the radio station, whether it's athletes or whether it's entertainers and singers and all that good stuff. So I decided at 16, 17, I decided to jump on the radio and had too much fun in the process, and I kept it going. So good.
What do you think? I mean, you mentioned entertainment. What do you think of local entertainment scene right now?
Oh, wow. When it comes to local entertainment, the Mississippi Gulf Coast is such a jewel when it comes to unsigned talent. Whether you're talking about athletics, whether you're talking about singers, and dancers, and poetry, and actors, there's so much going on here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I've done some things as far as the center stage and I Don't Care Who Tell It and all the fences. Center stage has done some great things. Community theater has been great. Wings, Performing Arts Center. So there's so many ways of entertainment blowing up here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Not only that, but when you talk about artists, there's a guy by the name of Ugly God. How do you get a name like Ugly God?
Ugly God?
Ugly God is his name. And the name begs to where you want to know who that guy is. And he kind of started here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, went to the high school locally here at Gulfport, and he's been on ever since. When he's home, he's just that guy that everybody knows. But when he's out, it's like people show up at his concerts and they're chanting his name, Ugly God, Ugly God. I'm like, is this really a thing? So he's huge. Automobile in the area is Young Blue. And
I don't want to put you on the spot, but is he ugly?
I saw him put a lizard on his nose one time. Yeah.
That's not something you see every day.
I know, right? But it makes you want to see it. And now he's off to the races. So
it's interesting.
Big shout out to him.
So you've built a name, kind of a little bit of, got a little celebrity following on the Gulf Coast. You do a lot of stuff with the Coliseum. Mm-hmm. Anything big coming up there?
Just so happens, I'm on the Coliseum board, the Coliseum Commission there. So we kind of oversee some things there. Big things happening there at the Coliseum. We're in the process of, fingers crossed, getting a hotel put right there on the grounds there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Right now we've got some prospect that's going. They're doing the soil samples. I can't go into too much detail, but fingers crossed, T's crossed and I's dotted. Next year we'll be doing some big things.
Now you had mentioned something. You earlier mentioned sports and athletes and people who come from the Gulf Coast. I know that you were talking with our associate or assistant producer. Yeah. I give him a different title every time. That's
I was talking to that guy.
No, it's a running joke. It started when my kid called him an organic prop in one of our earlier shows. But like Phoenix Suns star, Devin Booker.
Devin Booker,
He's from here.
Oh, yeah.
And he's killing it now,
Incredible guy. He has an incredible family. I've talked to his dad several times. He's from Moss Point. I've got a special place in my heart for Moss Point. I'm there almost all the time. But he released a signature shoe, I think was called Moss Point, just earlier this year. And it was like, what? You got a shoe named Moss Point? So if that doesn't put you on the map, and then just last week he went for 50 points, and he's really turning into a big superstar.
Well, and I think that there's something to be said for stars that remember where they come from. You know, in Pensacola, everybody loves Roy Jones Jr.
Oh, yeah, no
and
question.
we had him on a show earlier, and in an earlier episode, and Pensacola loves him because he gives back.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And when you give back, even if you give back in shout outs,
I agree.
people love it. People respect it, and people really, really, really appreciate it. Now, so tell us about if there's any other events coming up, you know, that we need to be looking out for with you guys in the station.
Of course. I know that this Friday we're doing a big blues party with Lacey, big time singer. But in December 29th, we have our winter jam with Grammy Award winner Bobby Rush, along with some of the biggest names in blues, Big Pokey and TK Soul. I mean, it's got like a good 6 or 7 acts on that show alone. Then there's Disney on Ice that's coming, PCA Rodeo Finals as well. The usual MLK Coastwide Celebration. The SWAC is back. Alcorn State University is coming. Mississippi Valley State is coming. That's going to be huge. I just got the word on that last night. So there's a lot of things coming.
Is there a website or social media way that people can follow you, follow the station?
Sure. I go into Tabari Beyond, my name, and then Beyond. And I'm on Instagram and Facebook. A little bit more than I should, but there you go.
Tabari, thank you so much for
coming. My pleasure, David. Have me back. I love this place.
Tabari Daniels, we'll be right back.